What's up, hoop heads? Oh, so far I hope you ain't getting too much JV. Starting to do these nightly now. Barely keeping my eyes open for some of these, but I'm excited. Tonight is going to be an exciting one. Um, Once again, it's your boy JB from Undrafted Hoops, coming at you with another episode of what we like to call the off-season block party. Um, we are we are working our way through all 30 teams this NBA offseason, and we are just breaking down draft picks, signings, potential moves, just breaking down every team's offseason. I tell you what, man, I love the NBA. I love regular season, playoffs. It's all fun, but I dig the off season as much as anything. It's a chance to be optimistic about a team that otherwise you might forget about by week 60. I mean, game 60. So before we get started, I got to mention the boys over at Hardcore Sports Network. It's one of our groups we paired with to post content. They really invited us when we were pretty fresh, and we appreciate them for that. And if you're into other sports other than just basketball, they got everything: wrestling, basketball, diehard Eagles group. I love it. Football season's around the corner, so make sure you check them out on YouTube. And right after you do that, go to our YouTube page, Undrafted Hoops, and smash the subscribe button, please. Much appreciated. On top of that, Facebook, Undrafted Hoops, Twitter, Undrafted Hoops _, jam-packed with breaking news, photos, stats, everything. So you know what to do. Don't biased. It's fun, and that's what we try to do. We try to have fun with this. So tonight we are diving into Sacramento Kings, Sacktown basketball, baby, and I ain't going to do it alone. So I got to bring on my boy, Sasquatch of Hoops, Tony G.
Sorry, I don't have a beam to light up, but I'm here.
You need to be the beam tonight. That's what I'm expecting from you tonight. Josh mentions in the comments we are at 99 subs, so 100 might not seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal to us. So if you're watching this for the first time and it piques your interest at all, please smash the subscribe button. We need it. It's fun. We'll have fun doing this. So Tony, let's dive right in. Try to keep the intros nice and tight, but sometimes I get carried away. So we got Sacramento Kings coming off an unexpected 3 seed in the West. Like, yes, a lot of us thought Sacramento was going to be good, but I don't think any of us anticipated them being this good. Before we get into any of their off-season moves and all, let's just touch on last season. They bring in Coach Mike Brown. He wins Coach of the Year, well-deserved, and he really got the most out of guys that had potential that are starting to see what it's like to break through that next hurdle. And I want to dive right into De'Aaron Fox. Before I even get over to argue with their best player in Sabonis, I need to talk about De'Aaron Fox for a minute because actually I want you to jump into Fox out of the gate. You've definitely watched more of him than I did this season. But every time I watched this guy, I was popping popcorn and I had the Kit Kat bar and the soda. Tell me what you've seen from De'Aaron this season, bro, because that boy was dancing this year.
Yeah, I think he's always been this good. It was more so they changed the system and they spread it more out, and he had a lot more space, and it just really benefits him now. It's just like perfect for like him and Sabonis combo working off of each other. It is so amazing to watch. De'Aaron
Very
Fox,
similar to
though,
Murray.
but he's been that good. Just situation and coaching really actually matters in the NBA.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, tell me about it.
But I mean, able to retain and their assistant coach too, Jordy Fernandez. He took over for Team Canada and FIBA. He is an unbelievable basketball mind. Will be a head coach next year, most likely.
Oh, wow.
And he takes the coach. He's got a sports science degree, and then he has a PhD in sports psychology. So,
oh, wow.
They really, the Kings really tap into it, and the Kings are playing in the summer league right now. They had 6 players sitting together with coaching staff and others. So like that, there's not many teams showing up to summer as a group like that.
Yeah, it's really like it's a culture change for Sacramento. So it's really a culture change for Sacramento, and a lot of it comes down to like the players buying into the system. And I like what you said about Fox, spacing out the floor for him. I just seen Josh comment in the comments about he led the league in fourth quarter points. I believe he was one of the most efficient players at the rim last year, and considering his size, that is impressive. Within X amount of feet from the basket. But a lot of that is, like you said, it's about creating the space for him where he can operate and get to the hole and then kick out to willing shooters or up to the basket. And like I said, super efficient this year. He averaged 6 assists, 1.1 steals, which I like. He is the swiper for a reason. I like for him to get that up into the 2 range. But a lot of that comes with defense. If you don't have help behind you, you can't gamble as much. So if you don't have that guy that's rotating over and is capable of doing it, I love Mitchell. I wanted to ask you about Mitchell. Not just to give it a quick pivot. It seemed like his role was a little bit diminished last season, a little bit, or am I just imagining things?
No, it was, but you got to think they brought in Kevin Huerter, and then Malik Monk made a big jump, and Mitchell's not that great setting up. Like he's more of, they have him playing off ball now. He's like the Deldova for them, and so they've kind of took away his point guard minutes since he's not a great creator, and slid him over. So like his role diminished, but it's more so just better for the team, not that he's a bum or whatnot.
Yeah, it's not. It really didn't have much to do with his actual play. I do agree with that. It just comes down to a minutes thing. Speaking of Malik Monk, you say he made a jump, and I do agree with that. He definitely made a jump, but he's a guy I've been a fan of. I hated him in Charlotte, probably the single worst spot you could go, especially at that time with the franchise. And he's really shown flashes with the Lakers where I was like, if this dude's just dependent on getting that unexpected 27-point night, he is deadly, bro. Because that dude is not afraid to shoot on anywhere. He has like legitimate icebergs in his veins, and his confidence level is at an all-time high right now. NBA champion. playing with De'Aaron Fox again, right? They played in college together, Kentucky.
Yep.
I think that the Kings found something, and I really like in the initial start of free agency, I was bummed, and I want to make sure I reiterate this so I don't come off as I'm just jumping on the wagon. I thought it was a mistake going back to Barnes and Lyles because of defensive issues. Um, they go out and get the boy from Euro that they had the draft rights to, Sasha Vezenkov. I know you're a fan of this dude. I know you watched him play a lot this year. He's 27 years old. Let's break his game down a little bit and where you think he fits with this roster.
Yeah, so I've been watching him since he's about 22, 23. I started with Barcelona and had a small role there, and then kept getting a little better here. Always shot the three well. Just didn't play as many minutes as what. And then he went to Olympiacos, and just they kind of run a system similar to Sacramento, where it's like a lot of movement and cutting. And the
Interesting.
guy is such a brilliant cutter. He won MVP with like under 100 dribbles, I believe. That's
Whoa.
insane. That means the guy literally doesn't never needs to dribble the ball. He either takes the right shot or passes it and knows exactly where to be, and it's like just perfect for the Kings because they look for threes in transition, and then
Whoa,
also the
interesting.
other part of their offense is then back cutting when teams overplay the 3-point line, which he's great at. So I'm
Does he got a
super
quick first
excited
step?
to see how he is.
The-
No, very slow. He won't be beating people off the dribble in the
Okay.
league. He'll be more so a catch and shoot, and then also will score like 4 to 6 points on cuts alone. And then if he gets a smaller body, that dude goes to work in the post. They don't
Yeah.
post that much, but they'll definitely take their advantages.
Um, you say he's more of an off-ball player and cutter and all. Would you compare him to like I know he's not the same size or the same style player, but offensively, would you put him like in a Klay Thompson scenario where he's coming off of screens, quick release? I know he shot like 37% from three.
Yes, he does come off screens. Um, I don't know if they'll run too many sets for them.
Okay. How's his defense?
Uh, so
Oh
that's
no, there
like
he
it's
goes.
good in Europe. He looks like he's super unathletic, but he is very strong and fit. He's a smart defender. I think the Kings will limit his weaknesses on the defensive end.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
I'm
definitely
pumped up.
not known
Where do you see his minutes falling?
for his defense. I would think around 20,
Damn, Tone, your mic's really cutting out on my end.
20-ish, but it's high, 5 plus.
Yeah, that's where I would
I
fall
mean,
between the 20 and 24-minute range. Um, but there's one thing I wanted to mention. I know Josh, my man Josh, is an Xavier fan, college basketball fan. He actually, I just read this before the pod. He actually committed to Xavier back in like 2000 and I want to say 17, maybe 15, and then he withdrew and went back to Greece. So I know Josh. Throw up the X for Josh. Where's it at? I know Josh loved Xavier. And speaking of Xavier, they
wow,
draft a kid.
wow.
Well, you didn't know that? Dan,
Ah, I
Tony's
didn't
mic,
know that.
your mic keeps cutting out, but I'm happy I actually told you something about basketball because usually it's the other way around. Um, they draft a kid from Xavier, another X for Josh, Colby Jones. They actually traded up for him in the second round after getting rid of their first round pick. Tony, give me a little bit about Colby Jones. I know he's like a 3-4 also, and he's actually known for his defense. Um, he's got a nice wingspan. He's very. They
He,
said his hands are very active. Tell me, do you think is he a difference maker all the season, or is he a G League prospect that might get some tick?
it's gonna be hard to crack the rotation. I do think he has like he'll buy in and go try to play his role. It depends if he can hit enough jump shots because defensively he's already there um, as an
And
NBA
that's big.
defender, and it is big. And the one thing about him is he actually can handle the ball too in certain sets. Like, yes, he won't that handle too much for the Kings, but it's also nice to have someone who could put it on the deck if need be.
Oh, absolutely, especially in their offense. And like you said, the way they rotate the ball and their offense is constantly moving. It's important to have guys that ain't afraid to, like you said, have to make a play off the dribble. Um, Part of my questioning behind is Colby Jones going to get minutes is because they also go out and make a trade with Indiana and get Chris Duarte, who showed me flashes in his rookie season, but some of the things I've seen from him might have been because of his volume, and now that he doesn't get the volume, he's not really putting up the points with it. Tony, oh, well, look at that. That might be too. I don't think the world's ready for a close up like that of me. Whoa, my hair's not even done. Hold on. Before you do that again, give me a forewarning. Tell me a little bit about Chris Duarte, and do you think him and Colby are battling for minutes, or do you think Duarte might get him over him?
No, definitely going Duarte. I honestly think Duarte. He struggled a little bit last year, but it's just the thing that Kings know what they're looking for. Not many teams know exactly what type of player they're looking for. The better shooter, and we're gonna get this guy's confidence back, and I think he would. I think they will. That's the thing that the Kings are really good at with guys, because there's so much talent in the NBA. Draymond said this the other day. He was trying to. Yes, we're not big Ben Simmons fans in this chat, but what he was saying is the dude used to get 15 assists with ease. Yes, he never could shoot, but he could do very, very good things on the basketball court.
Yes.
Now he's so mentally gone. Things are the exact. They say no. We know how elite you guys are. They build each other up. They buy in, and they get the maximum from every player on their team. Which
that's what winning franchises do.
Before Mike Brown came in, they were the opposite of that.
Yeah, I think, it all comes down to when you have to take over a franchise that culturally is toxic, and they were for a little while. Vlade Divac was absolutely horrendous for them. He made some decent moves from here and there, but the team needed a vocal leader in the locker room. What's up, Daniel, my man? I hope you're enjoying this. Just locking in on the Sacramento Kings. When they drafted Halliburton and they made the swap for Sabonis, it was one of them like perfect win-win scenarios for both teams because they gave both teams a franchise-changing player. Let's talk about Sabonis this season, which could have been an MVP caliber season in a good amount of years, but he was unbelievable for Sacramento, and it was just overlooked because it wasn't overlooked. That's the terrible word to use. it's Sacramento. Like they don't get the exact recognition that they deserve because of their market, but it's a great basketball town. So I'm happy Sabonis is really putting his mark on this franchise. Just signed a massive deal with them. Um, Give me some excitement about Sabonis. Tell me, is he going to do this again, or do you see? I don't think he's going to revert at all. What do you think he gets better at for this team now that the expectations are turned up a little bit more? 34
One
minutes.
only the one thing I see him getting a little better at is I think that he will make closer to 1 3 per game this year. I think he's going to be a more willing shooter. Not going to
Okay.
shoot much times, but I don't see like
Well, he shot
other
one
than
attempt a
that. I
game
don't.
last year.
Yeah, so I think he'll go back up to like shoot 2 or 2.5 threes a game next season. The one thing about Sabonis too, he had that incredible year last year, and the dude was playing with a broken hand for months on end,
Yeah, that's why
and he was
actually
still
forgot about
putting
that.
up. Yeah, so like people didn't realize how type of competitor he is. But I think he actually, slightly goes up in almost every category, and I yeah, that's
He
my
averaged
take on
19 points a
Sabonis.
game last year. I think you might see him in that 22 range next year. I mean, it won't be a big jump, but I think on a nightly basis, I think he's starting to really like he's starting to really understand how good he really is, and that does take time because he is an efficient player. So he's not going to go out of his realm of comfortability to try and do too much. Like he just bought into just let my team. They're going to make the right play around me, so I don't have to force it now. So it's just kind of like 7.3 assists a game last year. That's exciting. He had a lot of triple doubles. I wish I would have pulled. I'll pull it up in a minute here, but you know I liked him when he was younger. I seen this kind of potential, but I didn't think he was this good. So I'm happy that he's exceeded that. Um, Give me another. I'm going to look up Sabonis while I ask you this. Um, let's talk about Keegan Murray for a minute. Lights up the summer league last night, 40 some points. Playing like KD. I love to see it. I love when guys say I shouldn't be here, so I'm going to show you that. Do you think he levels up? He's a guy. Do you think he levels up this year and really? I mean, they were first in offense last year. Imagine if this dude levels up. Imagine if he gets the mushroom in Super Mario Brothers, bro. This kid, he might be ready to unlock. Shot 41% last year from three.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna have such a better season. He'll be averaging at least 15 next year. He's
I was
just
going to say
that good of a
18.
shooter, and I think he can get 18. I'm just saying 15 on the
15's
low
good.
end. It depends if he gets a minutes. If he gets a minutes bump, he'll definitely get 18. He is that good of a shooter. This guy, he
Yeah.
really is, and the Kings find open shooters. And this kid has one of them work ethics. He's very, very an unbelievable rate. I see monster season for Mr. Keegan Murray.
Now that we're and I'm excited for who drafted his brother. Actually, I wanted to ask. I couldn't remember today.
Portland.
Portland did. I was talking with my son about it, and he was asking me, and I forgot. Now that we're looking at this roster, are we looking at a final draft? I'm looking here. They have a $12 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception. 12 million is solid. I mean, they could really land somebody of significance. Do you think that they use it now, or do you think that we're probably looking at their opening day roster to an extent here?
I think we're looking at an opening day roster, unless they find someone they like via trade. I don't feel like anyone in the current free agent pool would tap into their minutes. So I think the
Trey
roster is
Lyles?
complete, and but I honestly think it's good enough.
Do you think Trey Lyles is really a viable backup five? I don't.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do. He was actually really, really good last year.
No.
He was just
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
bad a few seasons before that people didn't realize, and he's stretches the floor. So there's not too many guys that you can come in for around $8 million and do what they need to do. And they brought back Alex Len for the minimum to get some rotation minutes, which is fine. He's should be in a 12-man rotation. But yeah, I don't know if you don't. Who would you have replaced Lyles with the current free agent pool?
Yeah, I'd have to pull that up. Definitely. I wonder if they could. Let me ask you a question. I wonder if they could somehow. I'm going to tell you a guy that I would like to see them go get with their mid-level exception, but I don't know if they have what it would take to trade for him. How about Nurkic? He makes about 12 to 15 million. I think Nurkic would make them instantly better. Instantly. Absolutely instantly better. You could even have sets where you played Sabonis and Nurkic together if you needed be. But if you're talking about current free agents, I really don't know if I probably would have replaced him with anybody. So you're probably right. But if you're talking about mid-level exception and a guy that's gettable, possibly, that's the dude I would be trying. I think that takes him to a slightly higher level. But, I just don't know what's gettable. So you're probably right in that sense. So going into – hold on one second. I'm pulling up the record from last year. They were 52 – no. They were 48 and 34. Are we looking at 50 wins for them? Or is the West just too hard? And they're probably just going to be 46 to 48, 47 wins. I'll just say that.
No, I mean I got them for 50 with no injury. I just think they're so built for the regular season and will show up more so than other teams. And even though that the West is tough, I think they're going to be so hard to be beat. Their home record is going to be insane, and they don't mind going in and winning some road games. So I think the team does not stall out; they only go up from here.
I'm trying to pull up. Hold on one second here. I wanted to see their home record last year. Because, if they could just pull off, they can go 31 and 10, man, it makes 50 wins, easily achievable for them. And Kings home record last season. But especially with Memphis, they were 23 and 18 last year at home. 23 and 18. Okay, that's around as good as home as I
They
thought.
were road warriors.
Yeah, 23 and 18. That's crazy,
also,
bro.
Remember that the beam didn't take it took off later on. You know, I
I've
think
been
they had
waiting for the beam.
best road record, one of the best road records in the league, which is super impressive. Teams can't win on the road, but when you got Mr. What is the award called for the clutch player of the year, De'Aaron Fox?
Clutch player of the year, yeah.
Yeah, and I wait till this season though. You were talking about how good of a basketball town Sacramento is. This year they're gonna be insane. We might see them come out the gate and fan base going wild,
blazing. Yeah, you know, you got to think that they're going to be. You got to think that they're going to be better out of the gate. You know, another year. I mean, this is the same team. You know what I'm saying? Like they really are bringing back the same roster. Well, yes, they went out and got 2 guys, but you got to expect chemistry to be there, and I do. So I'm actually going to agree with you. I think they could definitely creep into that 50 win. There's a purple shortage speed in the beam. Oh yeah. Josh had mentioned something to me today that I didn't know. The Kings are releasing their new jerseys. They look, check it out, bro. I love the old cursives. So they're doing the old cursive logo, like with a twist on it. I just wish they brought back the powder blues. Look, that's clean, bro. I just ain't buying a Malik Monk jersey.
I like that.
I wish they did the baby blue though. Maybe for the city jerseys. I know that Nike does the city jerseys every year, and yeah, it's clean. I like it, bro. But yo, that's it on Sacramento for me. We're just trying to creep it into that 30-minute margin. Is there anything you wanted to touch on from them, or do you think we covered them for the most part up to this point?
Well,
definitely didn't mention Harrison Barnes though.
Yeah, other people. I love the Harrison Barnes for the money he got paid. I think people think because he had a bad playoff series versus Golden State, the dude stinks. But like you're not going to get too many guys at that level who buy into that system and is that good of a locker room guy. Like he just makes everyone better.
Yeah, he's definitely a mesh player. Yeah, I mean, if I was only calling for him to not sign him as if they had a realistic chance at Draymond Green or Brook Lopez. Like those were my targets. So like for like something we were saying was for that kind of money, who else are they going to get? Who is already bought in? Like they could go out and get a Kuzma, but is he going to buy into the same role that they need him to? I don't know. Like if Keegan Murray levels up, Harrison Barnes ain't going to mind taking that step back and then doing other things, like maybe becoming a little bit better defender again and not having to be relied on as much for offense. And you can rely on playmaking, distributing, defense. So, like, ultimately, you're right. It was a good signing by them. I was targeting a different direction for them a little bit. But that's it, bro. Good, great show again, man. This is back to backs, bro.
Yeah,
I think this is our 19th.
Get this audio fixed, and then so I mean we got almost a third away there, and can't wait to do the next 21 or whatever.
Lakers are next.
It is.
Lakers are next. We might have to do a King Lakers. Are we going to get LeBron fans?
Like the Lakers, so.
Are we going to get LeBron fans in the comments or LeBron haters in the comments?
You always get both. So polarizing. People should love but you got some straight up LeBron haters. I seen people were mad because he's coaching his sons without the license, and it's like, okay, the guy, the number one scorer of all time and one of the IQs in basketball history, not he can't coach his AAU, not qualified. Nah.
he coached J.R. Smith to an NBA championship. He's got a license for life. Let's pretend that happened in real life. Like, think about it. If
I'm
you
pretty
would have
sure
told
like
me,
Rondo's on this staff. No, go ahead.
dog, he took J.R. Smith to the NBA championship. That is one of the most earth-shattering things ever. Is that I would never have believed you in a million years that J.R. Smith would have been an NBA champion. It has nothing to do with the Sacramento Kings, but I got to say it out loud. Yo, bro, appreciate you. Good shit again. Sunday night, Lakers. Like the beam. Like the beam. Like the beam. Peace out. JB Undrafted Hoops. Check us out. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Do it. Do it. Like it. Subscribe to it. Retweet that shit. Tag your grandma. Maybe she likes basketball. How do you know? But don't forget this. I swear, if you forget this, fuck the Celtics. That's what I know.